2020 has been a year of two halves. The first half, I was super disciplined, went to the gym, looked absolutely amazing, thought I was a Victoria's Secret model, and lockdown happened. Then I found myself piling on the weight due to inactivity. The weight gain crept in slowly. Suddenly my belly was round and my love handles were back. I always use my love handles as a test of whether I've put on weight. So with the year drawing to a close, I knew it was time to get back to work. Over the past few weeks, I got back into intermittent fasting again, and after recovering from an injury, I was able to start exercising. I now want to bring you guys into a typical day of my life, just to show you what I do to try and be healthy. Hey guys, it's me, Chazzy Wood, your favourite boob tuber and soon to be favourite YouTube bread maker. A girl is loving intermittent fasting. I'm like, is she eating 2 meals a day? And things are starting to look a bit snatched, so super happy, as you guys can tell. I can't wipe the smile out of my face. If you haven't already, please subscribe, please subscribe. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. I'm just going to show you guys what a typical day of me intermittent fasting looks like. I wake up and the first thing I do is draw my windows. As you can see, life is quite gloomy in London. Therefore, a lovely cup of coffee, complete with my frothy oat milk, is always a pleasant start to the day. On this particular day, after checking my emails, I decided to make some bread. This is something I've been enjoying doing over the last couple of weeks, and it's definitely a habit that's here to stay. I start off by activating my yeast. I do this by adding the yeast onto 2 cups of lukewarm water. Next up, I'm going to measure the flour that I use. So I'm going to use 2 cups of plain white flour and 2 cups of mixed grain wheat flour. Next up, I will measure and add some salt. In this case, I'm using a tablespoonful. I'll give my flour mixture a bit of a mix and I guess form a hole in the middle of my mound before adding my yeast, which has now been activated. I then mix all the ingredients by hand, making sure that the dough mixture is nice and even. Once it's ready, I put a kitchen towel over it just to go through the first proofing. This will take about 45 minutes to an hour, and this basically allows the yeast to rise, and we all know how this looks. I then give my dough a bit of a mix before going through the second proofing. Whilst going through the second proofing, I basically take my Dutch oven and put it into my actual oven at guess mark 7, and I'll leave it in there for about 45 minutes. As you guys can tell, the dough has risen significantly, so I'm going to take some plain flour and basically start kneading, just adding a dusting of flour. Honestly speaking, I don't know why people do this. I'm just following a YouTube recipe and obviously struggling to get the dough out, but this is just how it is, I guess. I'm now at the stage whereby I'm going to take some olive oil and basically rub it around my bowl, and this is basically like the final proofing before my dough goes into the oven to turn it into bread. Obviously, make sure you put some flour in the bowl just so that your dough doesn't stick onto the Dutch oven. And I'm just doing some bakery artisanal stuff. Cover it up, and here she is. Look how absolutely spectacular it looks. So I'm going to get my Dutch oven out of my actual oven. It's hella hot, so I've obviously got my oven mitts, and I'm just going to put my dough in there and put it in the oven for the next 45 minutes to an hour to let it do its thing. So I have been intermittent fasting and kind of like getting back onto my A game for like a month. I just caught a glimpse of myself in the mirror wearing this new getup, and I was like, damn girl, who that be? So I'll show you guys how I look in a second, but super happy. Also, who this girl? Who is she? She makes homemade bread now? I never used to eat bread, but you know what? Life is too short not to make and eat your bread. So if you can, definitely try this out. So yeah, I'm super happy with my progress. No snake oil, just intermittent fasting, 2 meals a day. And I still drink wine because we all know I've got issues. I think all my friends have a lot of issues with lockdown. So we're now in lockdown 2.0, and my main lesson that I learned from the previous one was I need to do weights, because all I did for the first 6 months, well, for half of it, was go running, and I found that got a bit boring after a while. So having been going to the gym now for the best part of about 10 years, for the best part of 10 years, I was like, what do I enjoy doing? I enjoy doing weight training. I wanted to get myself some weights during the initial lockdown, but surprise, they were sold out absolutely everywhere. But this time around, over the summer, I kind of knew that there was going to be another lockdown, so I kind of did my bit and I just started buying stuff, and I'm so glad I did, because I've now got my little mini home gym. So here we go, guys. So these are weights, and you basically screw them on. I got them from Argos. I'll see if I can link them down below for you guys. But the ones I bought, obviously I've also got a bar, and this is when I was like lifting heavy the other day, where I just stacked everything on. But altogether the weights it comes with come up to 35 kilograms, which is perfect because I don't tend to lift any higher than that. So what you've got here is the plates are like 1.25 kilograms. These are like 2 kilograms, and the big ones are 5. And obviously it's just a really easy setup. I've got my yoga mat, which I got from Tiger many years ago. I also got this stretch, it's like a resistance band. I also got that from Tiger like a few weeks ago, and it's been a lifesaver. And then I got these amazing bands, which I love from Amazon. They're a set of 3, so I'll link everything down below. As much as I hate doing it, I'm going to do it. So this is the light, this is the medium, this is the heavy. I bought these from Sports Direct, and I don't really use them. So I think this was like an exercise in scarcity and buying stuff for the sake of buying it. And then I guess I've also got this, which is quite good when doing like pulley exercise moves. I don't really use them. But if I was to recommend for you guys to like get anything as well, I'd say definitely get the weights, definitely get a yoga mat, and definitely get the exercise bands. And I just wish I had like an equalizer bar so I could do like pull-ups and tricep dips, etc. But I need to think about the whole storage sitch. So I'm about to break my fast. So guys, here it is, the fruit of my labor, my absolutely amazing homemade bread. There's nothing as amazing as freshly baked bread and a nice slather of butter. If you've ever wanted to make your own homemade bread and never done it, if Chazzy Wood can, you wonderful Chazzy Wood definitely can. So as we know, a bit of a taste test. I'm gonna go poach my eggs and have my breakfast. Wow. Bon appetit. Here it is. I can't believe that I made this with my 2 hands. So this is the bread. 1 slice will do because one slice will do. 2 poached eggs, spinach wilted and steamed, and mushrooms fried. I can't eat this on camera because it's so messy, so I'm just gonna do this. Oh! Sorry guys. Bon appetit. Mwah. Chazzy Wood is. I love you guys loads. Yeah, I don't know, I'm gonna try and do this.